Everybody out there, Shasta County. We have a lot of things to talk about, but the thing I want to talk about right now is that we need to vote for Mark Mazzano for Assembly District 1. That's Shasta County, and I believe 11 to 13 other counties that represent the North. There are a lot of candidates in the race. Mark Mazzano, right now, is outworking all of them. He's a good guy. He has some law enforcement background. Go to markmazzano.com. You can look up everything about Mark Mazzano. He's a friend of mine. He's a good guy, a man of his word, and he will represent us well in the North. He has family here. He has roots here. He knows what we need to fix the problems that are facing us in the North. And he will go to Sacramento, and he will represent us well down there. There are other people running for assembly. Tanessa Audette, she's not the one to vote for. She likes titles. She likes to win, but she doesn't represent people well. And that is a big problem we have in the Assembly, in the Senate, and even in Congress. People love their titles. People love positions of authority, but they don't want to work for the average man, the average woman, the parents, the farmers, the workers. They don't. They really just love that title, and they love being in a position of authority. We're done. We're done here in the North with representatives that want to hang out at parties, that want to socialize with the elite, that don't know what their jurisdiction is, that really are there for personal gain and not for the people. We all need to look hard at each candidate, and we need to even look at ourselves, because the only way that we are going to change the bureaucracy and the corruption in Sacramento is by running for elected positions ourselves. We need to carry our message well. And what does that mean? That means we need to dig into the issues that we have, and if we really want to change them, then we're going to have to step up, and we're going to have to do hard things, like be out in the public. Who cares if people call you names? Who cares if people don't like you? The time is now to wake up, get up, and run. Whether it's for a school board, we have 24 to 26 different districts in Shasta County school boards. There are 5 to 7 positions on each one. And in this 2024 election, there are going to be over 50 positions that are up to run for school boards. That means that every grandparent, every community member, every parent, if you're a conservative out there and you want conservative values represented in your school, that means you're going to have to run. If you want change, you're going to have to do it. And no one else is going to come to save us. The only people that is going to save us and our way of life and give conservative values is ourselves. No one else is going to do it. The message has to come from us. The message has to be strong. And we have to say we're done with the failing policies of Sacramento. Here in the North, especially here in Shasta County, where we want local control, we want our schools to be run well, and this is how we want them ran. These are the policies that we want to be put in place. We want higher education. We want schools to focus on education, not indoctrination. We want kids to go to school, to be prepared, to be great workers, business owners, and investors, builders, creators. That's what they need to learn in school. Their job is to go to school, to learn so that they can do amazing things out in their community and be contributors to society. No more of these failed Sacramento policies. And that's why even at the city council, we need people that are above board. We don't need people like Tanessa Audette who vote for themselves continually in 2 different elected positions that benefit themselves. I mean, for goodness sake, she even voted herself to be mayor. She hasn't even been there for 1 year, and she thinks she can be mayor of the city of Redding. Give me a break. She doesn't even know what she's doing. It should have gone to Mark Mazzano or to one of the guys that have been there longer. But the newbies, what are they doing being mayor? They need to sit back, look at what's going on, and concentrate on their job. As you can tell, Tanessa Adet has taken several opportunities where it would benefit the people that put her in office and benefit herself. It would benefit her campaign to be mayor, and that's what she did. It's absolutely horrible. But Mark Mazzano is a man of his word, a hard worker. He will work hard for you in the assembly. What else are we looking at? The city of Reading, city council. Now those are going to be a couple positions that are open. We need good conservatives to get on there. Why? Because we need to enforce the laws that are already on the books. What do you mean by enforcing the law? You guys are sick and tired of seeing property crime, of seeing illegal camping zones. Well, there's already a fix. Other counties in Sacramento in Sacramento and in LA have already fixed this problem. There's already laws on there. And we're working hard to make sure that the people without homes actually have homes and resources and are off the streets and are getting food and are getting shelter and getting medical care. And that's what we're working hard to do. But it is illegal to commit crimes. It is illegal to illegally camp. And in all these other cities, they're actually enforcing the law, like in Anderson. Ask yourself, why in Anderson do they enforce the illegal camping laws, but in Reading they don't? And in Shasta County they don't. Now, Sheriff Mike Johnson came from Anderson, and he cleaned that place up. But the way he cleaned it up was shipping all the Anderson's homeless to Reading, and it made it Reading's problem. Now we have a lot of Reading homeless that came from Anderson, which, shame on you, Sheriff Mike Johnson, for making it someone else's problem. And then you ran saying that you cleaned it up. Now that's absolutely horrible. When I asked you, Sheriff Mike Johnson, if you could do that at county level, you said no. Well, if you can enforce illegal camping in Anderson, there's no way that you cannot enforce illegal camping in all of Shasta County. Now, these folks need homes, they need shelter, they need food, and they need services, and we have the ability to provide that here in Shasta County. But we actually have to enforce the law. So in the Reading City Council, you must enforce laws in the city of Reading so that our streets are safe, our kids can go to the park, we can be taken care of, our businesses aren't suffering. It's time for everyone to get engaged and vote for someone that's going to clean up the city of Reading and hold our elected people accountable, even our unelected people accountable. This police chief of Reading, they need to be held accountable to enforce the law. The sheriff of Shasta County needs to be accountable for enforcing the law. We cannot listen to Sacramento anymore when we can go to other counties and other cities in the state where they're enforcing the law and their streets are clean and their homeless are taken care of. It is absolutely ridiculous that Shasta County and the city of Reading is putting up with these failed policies of Sacramento, cowering and bending the knee to what they think. Sacramento, what's going to happen? They're going to come down on us. No. Sacramento knows that there's laws that we have to enforce, and you have to do it. Tanessa Adet, you failed us. You're failing as the mayor of Reading, and we cannot vote for you for anything else. Mark Mazzano, like I said, a man of his word. He's going to be doing great things in Sacramento to help us out, to make sure that our elected officials will follow the law in schools, that our parental rights will be taken care of. We need to make sure that we get good people in office that do not just want a title and that do not just want to hang out at parties and do not want to benefit themselves. We need people that will work hard, and Mark Mazzano is that guy. Now, when we move on to the county level, we got some amazing people running, and what you guys need to know is that in District 2, there's 4 people in there, but the only name you need to remember is Dan Sloan. Dan Sloan, great guy, good friend, running for all the right reasons, not running to benefit himself, running to benefit the lives of others and manage people well. He has worked at nonprofit, the Mission, for several years so that they can run a successful way to get homeless people homes, shelter, and food. And there's great things coming this year with the Mission. They're actually going to start work with the city of Reading, thanks to Mark Mazzano and guys like that. to have a day center to where the homeless folks have ability to have food, shelter, and supplies and resources during the day at the mission. It's going to be a great opportunity for people that are unhomed and go there and get their resources. The mission has a very high success rate of getting people off the street and back into life, working and being contributing people. Dan Sloan, great guy. You're going to want him for District 2. He's going to manage the position. He knows his jurisdiction. He knows how to do the job, and he will do it very well. In District 3, amazing guy, Carpenter. He's going to be a great supervisor. He is doing it for the benefit of everybody in Shasta County. He's not doing it for himself. He's a great friend. You can check him out online. He's a great guy. Carpenter. The person that's in that position right now, absolutely horrible. Mary Rickard? She's been there for 8 years. Is your life better in the last 8 years? I know mine's not in District 3. I'm a District 3 voter. Every time I've been down at the supervisor, at the board, every time I presented something in front of her, every time the people have asked for something, every time it would benefit the people and it wouldn't benefit Sacramento, Mary has voted no. She took away the rights of her own staff. She took away their religious exemptions and did not honor them. Isn't that crazy? That they voted for their staff to get the mandatory jab, and then she had the audacity to say that in her own business, she doesn't make people get the jab. But in the city, or the Shasta County, everybody that worked there had to get the jab or get fired or ask for a personal exemption. And what if you weren't religious? Did you get fired? How many people were fired? And in the term fired, they didn't use that term because that would look bad on as an employer. Maybe they get fired. They just said, you no longer meet conditions of employment. Shame on you, Mary Rickard, for telling your workers down in the county and your union workers that they would no longer meet conditions of employment unless they got a vaccination. Absolutely horrible. Another thing that she voted on several things that didn't benefit parents' rights in Shasta County. She ushered in all the mandates and didn't fight Sacramento one bit, which hurt our businesses. We have businesses, thanks to Mary's voting, that closed and never opened. We have people that had to move out of Shasta County because she voted to follow the mandates. And they moved out of Shasta County so that they could actually work and have a living. And she closed churches, she closed schools, all for following the mandates and not fighting back against the state. This is absolutely horrible. Mary Rickard, you need to go. Our lives aren't better after the 8 years are in. You don't need another 4, definitely not another 8. Mary Rickard, you got to go. And who do we need in there? Carpenter, District 3. Great guy, knows what he's doing. He's been in Shasta County for a long time. Lots of family here, rooted here in Shasta County. Carpenter for the win. And then lastly, I got 2 more. We have another supervisor race, District 2. We have Patrick Jones. Patrick Jones, if you know Patrick Jones, he has a heart and a love for everyone. He has helped champion so many issues. He helps so many people raise money for their nonprofits. That's correct. And how does he do it? He works hard. He helps them with their auctions. He comes in, he helps them as an auctioneer. Him and his wife, Lori, and all their group and all the workers that are unpaid, they come in, they help set up these auctions so these nonprofits can get people in, have a dinner, raise $20,000 to $100,000 so these nonprofits can keep on working. And these are nonprofits that are working for the people. These are nonprofits that, like the Mission, and other ones, like the Hunters. And California wants to take our gun rights away. They want to take our hunting away. And Patrick Jones has been a champion to help us local folks be able to continue our way of life with hunting, with fishing, outdoors, He's helped several nonprofits. He's helped me. He's helped my family several times, and he never had to. He's a great guy. He knows what he's doing. He's advocating for the people here in Shasta County. So, Patrick Jones, Supervisor, District 4. And lastly, this is the last one. This is the last election coming up. It's in March. The March primaries are super important. Vote no on the recall. Do you want Newsom to pick your supervisor in District 1? Heck no. I don't want Newsom picking anything. In fact, I'd like Newsom to go. Every time he picks something or puts a new policy in place, it's absolutely horrible. He wants to conserve us. He wants anybody that fits a mental health diagnosis to be conserved and be checked into an institution. Who says that you're not next? They just expanded gravely disabled to include people that can't provide food, shelter, or have a drug or alcohol addiction. Those folks are going to be conserved. And where are they going to end up? They're going to be in the hospital, waiting placement to go to a facility that has a 2-year waiting list. Do you want to be conserved? I don't want to be conserved. I don't want to be added to Newsom's hit list of who meets gravely disabled. Gavin, you need to go. And we don't need Gavin Newsom picking anything for us in Shasta County. So please vote no. And get all your friends to vote no. Whoever lives in District 1, vote no. Newsom should have nothing to do with us in Shasta County. Absolutely horrible. District 1 folks, vote no on the recall. We cannot have him appointing someone like he just did for our Senate position when Feinstein was out, that didn't even live in California, got her from Maine, put her up here only because of her gender ideology, not based on the content of her character or the experience that she has. Oh, no. And would he even consider appointing a conservative? No. Would he love to come up in Shasta County to the most conservative area and appoint the most liberal Democrat? Oh, I bet you he would. I bet you. And it wouldn't be based on content of character. Oh, no. It's going to be based on something absolutely horrible that you don't want. So definitely vote, get in, vote no, get all your friends to vote no in District 1. No on the recall. We cannot have it. So, recap. What are we talking about? We have a March primary coming up. Who do we need to vote for? Mark Mazzano, Assembly, District 1. We all get a chance to vote for him. Mark Mazzano, Assembly, District 1. For our supervisors, Dan Sloan, Supervisor, District 2. Win Carpenter for the win, Supervisor, District 3. Patrick Jones, my buddy, Supervisor, District 4. And lastly, vote no on the recall of Supervisor District 1. No Gavin Newsom. No recall. We cannot have Newsom picking anything for us in Shasta County. All right, guys. Thanks for your time. Thanks for listening. Hope you have a great day. I'll check in with you later.